welcome to Neens Crafts podcast. I haven't done one of these in, gosh, I think it must be maybe a year. So there's no point in going back on loads of different projects and showing you photos. I'm just going to show you my current finished projects and talk to you a bit about new wool that I've got in, new books that I've got in, things that I'm loving now, craft related. So first thing is first, back before Christmas in November, we travelled up to the Dublin Knitting and Stitching Show, and my friend and my husband treated me to these. These are the Knit Pro needles, and oh my goodness, they are like butter to use. They're so silky, so smooth, so light, and I just find knitting with them to be a real pleasure. So that's those. I love them. I also finally ordered a book online. I've been looking to order a new crochet or knitting book online for ages, and I finally found this one. It's called Top Down Crochet Sweaters, and it's by Dora O'Hernstein. And I bought this because I really wanted to make myself some of the tops in it. So the night that I bought the book, I also purchased some ice yarn from online, and I will show you now in a minute why that yarn wouldn't work for this pattern. Isn't it pretty? So this was the wool that I bought, and online it looked to be a lot thinner. It looked maybe like 4-ply, and it didn't look as vibrant as what it was. It looked extremely pastel. But when it arrived, this was it. It was like chunky, and the green is very green and the yellow is very yellow. Now it's lovely. I'll definitely use it for maybe some baby blankets. But it's not, I tried making the jumper in this and it was so bulky and just, it wasn't me. I looked like a clown in it. So I ripped it back and I started, I had a ball of cotton, cider cotton, and so I started it for my daughter. I kind of looked at the pattern and worked a bit with the math of the pattern, so I was able to get it in my daughter's sizing, and here it is for her. So the patterns are really lovely, but you definitely do, they're not patterns that can be, you need to follow the yarn gauge, I think. You know, you can't substitute chunky for the thin. That's what I found anyway when I tried it on. Maybe if you're a size like 0, it would work, but if you're, if you have curves, it makes you look even bigger. So I said no. Now another book I have here was purchased for me by my husband from my local yarn shop, and it's called Baby Book 5. It's from King Cole, and it just has loads of lovely little baby cardigan items and hats and blankets. Now again, I am not pregnant, but I'm just like, I'm kind of getting into the flow of knitting now, and I've just been really working on baby knitting, so cardigans work up really easily and different things like that. So that's this book, and it is really lovely. I'm going to try and find my favorite cardigan in this to show you, and I bet you now it won't be as quick to find. Not at all. Oh, there it is. It is this one. I think it's really pretty. So that's that. Today I was in Mr. Price, which is like a discount store for anyone that doesn't know, and they always have yarn in. So I just got something very simple. I just got a grey and a yellow to do something up. I have a cousin expecting a baby boy, so I thought I might do something like a cardigan in this for them. And my husband bought me this one when he bought that baby book for me to make a cardigan. A couple of balls of that, and it's like it has speckles in it, if you can see, like little glittery bits. So that's my new yarn. I made a baby blanket out of just, again, some discount yarn and a size 9 crochet hook, I think. So just a corner to corner blanket. That's not made for anyone in particular. I just wanted to use up the yarn. And we've made these. I've started making baby sets, like cardigans, blankets, hats, and I just kind of wrap them up. So I have some baby sets for sale, and also then if anyone has a baby and I need a present, it's already pre-made. So here was a little knitted sweater that I made. It has a bit of a lace stitch on the bottom. This is in size newborn because this was my first sweater knitting, so I made it in the smallest size. So that was there. And then I decided to make a virus baby blanket to go with it, which is this one here. And this was lovely to work up, actually. I thought it was very different. Do you know when you have a different pattern, you enjoy it more as well than a basic granny square. So I enjoyed making that, and it was actually very quick to make up. I think I made it up in like three evenings. So that's that set. Morgan's sister is expecting a baby. So I made for her this little cardigan here. So for her first baby, I made the first baby a cardigan and a poncho and hat. So I've done the cardigan for this baby, and I just have the matching hat to make for that baby. I don't want to say the sex of the baby because I don't know how many people know. Now I have a question for you guys. My husband asked me about like what's my most favorite thing to make, or my most used pattern to make. And he said, oh, you should ask your craft friends the same. So leave it in the comments below, please, your most favorite thing to make, or the most used thing that you've had to make. And I was kind of thinking about it. I think for sure it is the virus shawl, because I made something like 12 of them, and I find that they're a lovely gift to make, especially when you have a nice yarn. So I find that I do a lot of virus shawls, but I've also made this cardigan a lot. I just make this cardigan a lot. So that would be my two most used patterns, the virus shawl and this knitted cardigan. But my most favorite thing that I've made is here, and it's new, and I can't wait to show you, because this has really been, I call it the Moby Dick of my crochet. It's something that I've like really aspired to make. Didn't think I'd be good enough to make it. Thought it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, by the way. But I'm really proud that I've made it. Again, not for anyone in particular. I think I'm just going to keep it forever. Maybe pass it on to my children for their children. An heirloom. So I'm going to show you now. And this is the vintage christening gown. And it's very, 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 very long. It has all the pineapple stitches at the end. And I've hand sewn little flowers in it to it. But I have just been wanting to make one of these for so long, and I thought I'd never be good enough to do it. I just didn't have confidence in myself to do it, but I did, and it has been hung up in my sitting room ever since. I just love looking at it. Also, for anyone that hasn't made one before, or maybe you have and you haven't known, it's really good to let the garment hang because the fabric drops. Just like blocking it's very important. Let it hang as well for a couple of days before you're going to gift it to someone, because it really drops and it just makes it a little bit longer. But yes, so that was this. My neighbours are looking at me funny. I'm right in front of my sitting room window. This is where I craft. This is definitely, it's my husband's seat. My husband likes sitting here when he's home, but when he's not home, this is where I kind of sit because I have the lamp and I have the open window here. So that is all my crafty goodness. I am wearing, if anyone's interested, I'm wearing a top that was made for me by my friend Kim. Kim is from Thailand. She's in our stitch group, and she gifted this to me. She made it for me because I admired one that she'd made for someone else. So she went and made this for me, and I absolutely love it. So thank you very much for tuning in, and hopefully I'll post another craft video very soon, because I am making. I'm really back on my crochet and knitting bug, thank goodness. It's not nice when you lose your crochet mojo, because I think in your head you really want to create something, but you can't be bothered. But no, I've got my swing back again. The only thing I'm really disappointed about is this yarn. I really wish it had been thinner. But it's going to get used. It's definitely going to get used. I'll use it for a blanket, I think. Yeah. Okie dokie guys, take care and see you soon. Bye bye.